Hey, it's Rogie. Hope you're all well. Almost the end of September. How has that happened already? It's madness, I tell you. Vimto's on the go. We're back on the Vimto. Got to be done. Well, I've just been sat here just looking around. As you do, with the collection that you never get to play. Just sitting here looking around, taking it all in, thinking, oh, how can I change things? What am I happy with? What am I not happy with? And I'm just sitting here smiling and I'm thinking, you crazy ass. Sitting here for umpteen minutes just looking around at plastic boxes and I'm loving it. What a place to be. So yeah, but I do need to make some changes. It's a mess. It is a proper mess. Got my NES cabinet, all my NES carts, still in the middle, still haven't done bugger all with all that. My Xbox 360 games are all still down in the arcade room. I've been playing them though, I have been playing them. That has been an absolute boon, that arcade room, since I put the new screens in there. H and I had a bit of a blast on it the weekend, and yeah, been having some great times in there. And it's nice to just go in there. It's kind of almost as if you can imagine like a night out or a time out away, and it's like an event. I'm going down the arcades and switch it all on, shut the door, get that atmosphere, turn the light off, and it's just all sort of arcades noise. And just kick back and play some Super Famicom, 360, PS3, whatever it may be. And I have actually bought, or with CEX voucher, some Xbox 360 games. Because like I say, I'm gradually fine tuning and playing what I've got. And obviously those odds and ends that I'm not that keen on, I'm never going to go full set with a 360, so it is a case of they can be moved on. But I am going to be sort of very picky, but I am going to be adding to that collection just now and again. Just if there's a game that I'm actually going to play, there's a thing. So yeah, been loving the arcade room. But now that's all done, obviously moving forward, I will want some more artwork off H. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Need some more artwork in there, boy. But it does mean now that's pretty much sorted. I need to get my arse in gear up here and have a sort out. Really do. Because there's bits of the up here I am loving. Just to sit back and look at it all. I've got my Master System almost a full set. But I can see the artwork is lovely. Mega Drive games, I'd love to be able to show a bit more of those, but there's 500 plus games that I've got, so it's difficult to show much artwork. But I am going to be going through, because there's been stuff that I've been collecting that's sort of gaming related, but just odds and ends and sort of, and I thought I'm just going to nick that out of the collection and look to trade it in and put it towards the actual physical games. That's what's more important. So again, life, my gaming journey, if you like, is over the last 10 years has been fine-tuning the collection, getting the stuff that matters most to me, and then hopefully along the way playing the games, you know. But we'll see what happens there. I've already got plans very soon to start extending, because basically the loft is like that. The central part is all boarded out and all reinforced. To the right, that's all boarded out and reinforced. But to the left, sort of that third, if you like, hasn't been done. I've put all extra loft lagging and the fluffy stuff. I'm no builder, Christ. But I would like to board out that side and get all that all lovely, and then I can spread the collection about a bit more. I don't need to have boxes of, well, my camera's sat on a short shelf unit full of, I don't even know what's in it. A bit of a wobble on. We could be having a disaster in a minute. There's all leads, wires, controllers. Oh my God. I've got that right in the middle of the bloody walkway, so I can maybe have a bit of clarity in life and stretch stuff out, and then sort of fine tune and become a bit more, a bit of feng shui in the room. And yeah, so plans are in motion. I've got this weekend where I'm on my own. Poor old me. I haven't got H this weekend coming, so on the Saturday I plan to have a bit of bit of loft time. I'm going to go and get the wooden struts and start sort of creating the foundation for the boarding. What's probably going to happen is I'm going to get all the planks of wood and get it all up here, and then probably just come sit here and have a look round. So but I'll try and stay motivated to get it started big time. Needs to happen. Keep seeing people like Clint and people working on their game rooms like Ninja Bear Hug, making additions, alterations and improvements to their game rooms. And it's all up there, it's all going on up there, but not much is actually happening. So yeah, I'll just keep, we'll get there, we will get there. It's a journey, isn't it? Got to enjoy the journey. Sunday, we're going to wrestling. Colchester, Charter Hall. We've got the wrestling on. Yes. H and I and his mum are going to go along and watch the wrestling. And Scotty Too Hotty's going to be there in the UK, putting in an appearance. So I can't wait to go. Really, it's been ages since he gave up wrestling. It's been ages since we've kind of been along to a show. Christ, it must have been, it was early part of this year. He kind of knocked wrestling. I'm sure it was early this year, but he knocked wrestling on the head, and he didn't want to do it anymore. Maybe he got burnt out because he was doing so many groups. 2 years ago, he was doing jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, karate, wrestling. I mean, you name it. He combat sports and that. He was on it. And I think maybe he got a bit burnt out with it all. He got too much into it and just needed a break from it all, as you do. And now he's taken up skateboarding, which is great. I mean, I tell you what, as an adult, it's one of those things to do before you die, is try skateboarding again, because your life flashes by before you in no time. Jeez. Well, we've been having fun. I've been having a bit of a wobble, we'll just say that. Not really a proper go, just a wobble. So he's been getting into his skateboarding. So I've been sort of over either his club he goes to or the local skate park, sitting there freezing my knackers off while he's been skateboarding. But it's great to see him getting, you know, a chance to have a real try at improving and enjoying his time there. But also some of some of them are tiny little ferrets that are going along, and they're going up and down the ramps and doing tricks and all, God knows what. And it's great to see, it really is. So yeah, much admiration. You forget how when you become an adult, you sort of start to realise that, shit, if I fall off this board, break an ankle or break an elbow or something, I ain't going to be able to go to work, I ain't going to be able to do my driving, I ain't going to be able to do this. And it kind of instantly, it's in your mind that, oh Christ, I can't fall over and hurt myself. And the kids, they've just got no fear whatsoever, and it's brilliant. So yeah, that's been great. And a couple of days from now, we're going to go and get H's early Christmas present. Did long talks with H about what he wanted for Christmas and where he is so into skateboarding. Recently, I bought him a real cool Santa Cruz cruiser board that's ideal for sort of straight running, and you pick up great speed with it. And he had a Tony Hawk's, basically a fairly cheap basic board, a beginner board, that is a stunt board, but he bought out of his own pocket money. And what he really wanted was a proper custom skateboard that's a stunt board with the little wheels and wicked bearings and blah blah blah. Anyway, so I said, well, I'll get you one for Christmas. We'll get a proper fully loaded one for Christmas. And then where he's been coming along and doing so well and putting a lot of effort in, I said, look, me buying you a skateboard for Christmas is going to be bloody daft, really, because come the time Christmas comes along, the weather's going to be crap, it's going to be wet, it's going to be cold, and using this new flash board that's going to go 100 mile an hour, it's going to go along like Back to the Future DeLorean. So I said, look, he's getting older now, and so I said, look, if you want, I'll get it for you as an early Christmas present. And it is a Christmas present. It does mean Christmas time your presents will be limited, but I'll get it for you now. I mean, this thing's, I think he's tallied it up to sort of over £250. But it's going to be epic, really is. So we're going to pick that up Thursday and get it all built and all done, because it's having posh bearings, posh wheels. A wicked board he's chosen. Absolutely love it. Catwoman. And it's a Batman and Catwoman skateboard. Actual board itself, but you build it up, you buy your grip tape, your bearings, your trucks, and he's gone all custom design stuff. So it's absolutely wicked. Really is cool. Can't wait. I'm as excited as he is. But he's got to a stage now where he has a go at the club he goes to on the quicker board, the more sort of adult, proper, intermediate, advanced board. He goes so much quicker, it's surprising the difference it makes. So yes, gotta have it. So I can't wait. So yeah, so we've been busy. I had a great weekend this last weekend with H. We got up to all sorts, skateboarding, watching films, some real random films, and had a great laugh. I'll tell you what, he's the business. Absolutely loving the bits. So love you, son, if you're watching. Though you're probably not watching my crap, me rambling, bit wafflage. But recently the weekend, we had a bit of a sort out, and there's games I wanted to get rid of, sort of across different systems and whatnot. And I bought him I bought him a wheel and pedals and stuff, and well, a second lot of wheel and pedals to try out. And basically he just had a break from the wheels and the pedals, so I had a box full of 2 wheels and pedals in the all way, and I'm like, mate, you've got to get rid of one of them. Keep your one you really like, one set, but the set you don't want, we'll get rid of. Weigh it in, because if it's not, none of it's connected, you can only play one at a time. Keep the one you like, don't matter about the cost, keep the one you like, and we'll weigh in the other lot. So we did, so we weighed that in, and various films and games and just extras, odds and ends, and got quite a healthy voucher. So we've ordered a couple of games for H that still haven't turned up yet. It's Tuesday, I only ordered late Sunday, but managed to use some voucher and get some films. I've got a new Karate Kid that I still ain't watched yet. Some other films. There's a film we watched Sunday that was absolutely bloody terrible, but managed to get some games as well. And where I've got the arcade up and running, I'm very much into me 360, and I'm coming around to getting more involved with the Switch, because it's in there, it's on the lower telly or lower screen in the game room. I've got me Super Famicom Mini and Switch all ready to go. It's just go in there, pop it on, switch it on, away you go. And I'm really loving the Switch, gotta say. It's yeah, it's been brilliant. So I've got a couple of 360 games, and then I see on the shelf behind the counter some Switch games, and I've not researched Switch games at all. I mean, I know there's some epic sort of Streets of Rage 4 and Final Vendetta and Double Dragon. There are certain games like that. I know they are on the Switch, and I've got most of them. But other games, I've not really looked at the library yet. I've been too busy just playing games lately, in all honesty, which is a good thing. But waffle-arging, big time, this one. So I looked behind the counter, we've got to grab loads of bits. I mean, it was well over £100 voucher. So I grabbed loads of bits. He's grabbed some bits as well. And while I'm standing there, I'm chatting to the guys in there. And I noticed they had some Switch games up on the shelf behind. A couple of special editions and then some normal Switch games. So I asked to see them. And half of them were sealed. But it was things like stuff like, is it like Japanese card games where you build up your stats, like JRPG style games and stuff. And I'm not into any of that. So I left pretty much most of it. But there was one game that I just looked at, and I looked at the art style and I thought, ooh, that's definitely worth a try. Now this, Trek to Yomi, and it's the deluxe edition. So straight away, the collector in me was like, oh, that'd be that. But when I see I don't know anything about this, but it looks to be a sort of come 2D, come 3D side scroller. But it's all black and white. It's very much sort of samurai based and looks really cool. And so I quickly, while it was there, had a look on, look on YouTube quickly just to see a bit of gameplay. And I thought, wow, yeah, that's really atmospheric. And it's a bit of me. So I said, yeah, I'll take that, chuck that on the pile. And then, because it's a really nice set, and this was listed as the standard version, so it was 18 quid. So I thought, yeah, I'm having a bit of that. And then he went, oh, that's great, that is, look at that. God, what a bargain. He said it's actually sealed inside. So now, then I thought, well, I don't really want it sealed. I want to play the game. The collector in me is like, oh yeah, nice. It's got a wacky box set with a CD soundtrack and this art book with all the art from the film, from the game even, not the film. So some really cool artwork. Some nice bits that will make a nice tattoo in there, really. I'll just see a really nice dragon. I'll have a look at it here. Oh yeah. Nice. I've got a dragon a bit like that on my back. Tattooed on. So it's a little bit like that, but it's all shaded around it and it's like just a big blob now. You have to look to see the dragon and all that in there. But yeah, so yes, that's really cool. And then I thought, oh bloody hell, I actually wanted to play it. So I've got a sealed game, so we are going to unseal it, I think. I think that's the best way. If I can unseal it. I want to break a nail. Shit, how do you get into these things? I thought it'd be quite easy. Ooh. Ooh. Try not to break it. At least I could get into it. I remember, must have been a couple of years ago, bloody film. I was standing there for fucking ages trying to get this film out of the box. And in the end, I was just like, fucking thing. Just ripped it apart, broke the disc. I was like, you dickhead. I was expecting the manual in there. That would have been nice. It's just bloody cartridge. Got cartridge on the brain now. A couple of weeks ago, see Sega Zombie, and then I watched his video. And I say cartridge, like most people, but he says cartridge, and I've got that in my mind now. Cartridge, got the little cartridge in there, and but yeah, the art style looks so atmospheric, really does. So I need to nick the game out of that because all my boxes get stored up here. So I'm going to balls this up. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put that on the shelf and leave it till later. As I'm going to have a fanny about. What am I going to do with this poxy little cart? What we're going to do is that, and no doubt I'm going to lose it. Also, as I say, I've got some 360 games. And I've been looking out for this one, but never seen it in my locals. And I was quite surprised, I'm taking the stickers off as I'm talking. I was quite surprised to see it at such a low price, because I thought if ever there was a game that was going to go up in price, this one would have been it. But I'll show you the sticker. It looks beautiful. And it's Test Drive Unlimited 2. Now, I've got the first one, and I really liked the first one. It was one of those first sort of games, if you like, a bit like Forza Horizon, that you could drive around the island. And it was one of the first games to actually do that. So I thought, bloody hell, £5 for number 2. It's got to be a result. And it looks pretty as well. Really looks good. I've not had a play on it yet. The disc is in there. Manuel, no epoxy sticker on it. But I'll get that off. So that's going to go in the pile to go back downstairs to be played and enjoyed, hopefully. And if not, wait in, get rid of it. And then the next one that I see this on the Switch. And I thought, do I get it on the Switch? Or do I get it on the 360? And what influenced my decision is the top monitor that I've got has got the PS3 and the 360 set up. The bottom screen has got the Switch set up. And I thought, I have started to, when I'm in there, sort of lean back, chill out, lean against the wall, have a play, and it's more comfortable to sit back and play the top screen. So I thought, I'll get it on the 360. And then I thought, also, it's half the bloody price. Now this one, a Kai Katana, £12 on the 360. I think it was 22, 24 quid on the Switch. I don't know if it's much different, but it didn't seem to be on the right up. I believe that to be sort of maybe it looks a bit sort of bullet hell shoot 'em up. And I thought, I'm not really into them games, but I kind of, I'm intrigued to give them a try. So I thought, I'll give that a go. It's got the manual. Manual's a nice big heavy book. And I thought, for £12, that's got to be worth a go, isn't it? I'm sure I've seen that at sort of a higher price. Again, I'm going to have fun taking the stickers off. Oh yeah, love doing that. Favourite pastime. Not playing the games, taking the stickers off. Sado. So some part will go back downstairs, and we have another one. And I thought, oh, that's really cool. Me and H can play this 2-player, and we'll have some fun with that, or take it in turns. But it is couch co-op 2-player, and it is the Turtles game, Mutants Unleashed, and we really enjoyed the film of this. So I thought, yeah, a bit of 2-player button bashing. We'll have a bit of that. I don't think it's that great by all accounts, but what's more like? A walk right, fight, but a button bash, turtles involved, quality. So we'll have some great fun with that. That's on the Series X, and it is Xbox One as well. Where's the bloody Manuel? I did allude, so that was my games from CEX the weekend. I did get a few films, as I say, a series. Dexter, original, I think it was Original Sin, the sort of throwback series. I'm looking forward to watching that because I love me a bit of Dexter. I like the getting in the psyche of the serial killer mind. Don't worry. Oh. Vimto's on the go. So going back a couple of weeks, off on another tangent now. Going back a couple of weeks ago, it was Sega Zombie Scott's birthday. The ripe old age of 49, doesn't look a day over 45, does he? Bless him. Good looking geezer. Although he does talk with a funny accent, but we won't hold that against him because he's a lovely guy. Got to see that epic collection and how the game room whole house has sort of evolved and got better every time you see it. The I'll tell you what, that Neo Geo arcade cabinet he's got is absolutely lush. I do want one of them. He's got a multi-cart with about nearly 200 games, I think it is. And the Neo Geo has always completely passed me by. Never played one, never had one. I think I see one years back, when I, like, late 90s in Roy's Melodies. And to me at the time, it was quite a high priced unit. So it was out of my, and I'd never really seen any games for it. So I thought, it's mad money. It's quite rare, before rare was a thing in gaming. And, well, it was rare to see games for it. So I didn't even bother. It didn't attract me at all. I was more Sega, Nintendo. So to see this arcade cabinet is absolutely beautiful. Now, there was loads of people there. There must have been a good 15 odd people there. And it was great because everyone was chatting away. Got to meet loads of tubers that I'd seen before, and then loads I hadn't seen before, and a few people, and people brought their family along, like sons and whatnot. So, and it was a great day, it really was. And I know Scott had the whale of time, and we all did. It was brilliant, and thanks for hosting that, Scott, and hope you had a lovely birthday weekend. That collection is looking cool, although one day I swear I am going to go there. Now, his Mega Drive collection, it's not in alphabetical order. I could live with that if where he's got all the black spines together, then the blue spines together, then the EA games, and then the boxed games. I could live with it if it was alphabetical order, all the black box games, then all the blue box games. So alphabetical bloody order, but they're all scattered around in a right old mess. So he knows he's got them all. But one day I'm going to go there. I'm going to, like, right, clear off out the way. You crack on, play your games. I'm going to fucking get in amongst these shelves and sort them right out. Because the collector, not OCD. I think that's too easily branded around and pushed around. But it just bugs me. I like to have things alphabetical, or at least in order, and it's not in order. Salt it, or I will. But anyway, great time had. H come along with me. We was playing a lot of games. We played things like Road Blasters on the Mega Drive. Got to see loads of people playing various different games. H was addicted to Bomb Jack and a few other games on this old style cabinet that Scott's got, and it's got several sort of sets of games, and it's proper old school stuff. And it was addicted to Bomb Jack. Then we were playing pool. There was loads of stuff on it, real great fun. He's also got one of them, is it an Astro City or Blast City cabinets, and that's really cool as well. Absolutely brilliant. I had a good go on Wonder Boy on that. Had to be done. But that Neo Geo cabinet was epic. And I think most people were trying their hand at Viewpoint, which was bastard hard. I think Scott and Al's arcade, Alex, they got to sort of almost the end of level 2. That just shows you how hard it is, because some seasoned veterans at gaming could only get to sort of towards the end of level 2. So bastard hard, but great to see. And they kept sort of one-upping each other in terms of the score. And yeah, great fun. Absolutely brilliant day, really was. And can't wait till next year for the big 5-0. So yeah, great time, and loads of chats going on. There was a couple of people certainly hadn't met before, but got real deep in chatting. H was chatting away. There was actually a guy there, Rich, and I'd seen him years ago, his name around as a big time collector on the Facebook groups and whatnot. But I didn't put two and two together until he sort of said, well, yeah, I used to be big in the collecting, blah, 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 on the scene and stuff, and showed me pictures of his collection. I'm like, I remember seeing stuff like that, and what a great guy. And it just summed up the whole weekend, the whole day there. great company, really enjoyed it. And H was absolutely riveted. I mean, usually youngsters, they get throughout the day and they get a bit knackered and a bit bored, and he was on it as much as I was. He really was. He didn't want to leave. So and with that, I got to meet the little fella, although I think he might be slightly taller than me. But it was great to see 16 bits and bobs, and that was a real highlight as well. I won't name everyone, see, because there was so many, and I don't want to leave anyone out. But everyone that was there, was great to meet you, great to see you again, or see you for the first time. But I got to meet Ali, 16 bits and bobs, and that was a real treat, because he hasn't been about for a long while. And we had such banter, sort of a couple of years back, with the whole sort of YouTube sort of. Just the banter between us all, and unfortunately the Rampage Talk couldn't make it, so I was gutted about that. But I did get to finally meet Ali, 16 bits and bobs, so that was a top highlight. Absolutely lovely guy, really is. So and with that, I kept H. I did take some sort of extra proteins and stuff, and I took some games along, bits and bobs. So at one point I was going out to the motor, and there was, as I was going out to the motor, I grabbed something to take back in, and then on my way back in I see Scott and Alex heading over to his van, and he's going, "Roger, come over here, come and have a look at this lot." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I see your post that you got bits for sale, some treats." It was like, "Step into my office, come and have a look." And so I managed to buy some bits, and he did some great deals. I know Scott, he got loads of treats, and yeah, he done me some real good deals on some really nice bits, and some bizarre bits that I thought, oh, it's worth a go. And the money, he was really looking after us, and the money he was sort of suggesting for these bits, I thought it got to be done. So I've got some treats off my man Crush. It was great to meet him. I could listen to him talk all day long. He's one of those guys that just, I love his enthusiasm and his passion for arcading and gaming and collecting and all sorts. But he could talk about his bloody bricklaying, and I'd still be sort of all ears and listening in. So yeah, great to finally meet him as well. Really was. Because I remember back in the day, sort of Nintendo Arcade, his channel then, and following him and just being enthralled by his Super Nintendo collection and his epic game room. And now that sort of collection of arcade units and games and that he's got now is just absolutely sublime. And I love his idea of get the shelf filled up with what he wants, and then it's one in, one out, and just fine tune that collection as best as he can. Although we're talking sort of towards the end of the night, and he just sort of, I mentioned in chatting about being a bit of a full set collector, because my idea early on, stupidly, was to I kind of downplay a bit, but I'm absolutely fucking mad. My idea was to certain systems like the NES, the Mega Drive, the Master System, the Xbox, and the PS1, and the N64. Certain collections, the idea was to get every single game. Not initially, but as I've started collecting and I've really taken to that console, or I've got nostalgia for it, the idea was to sort of, wouldn't it be great if I could just have every single game that was released that I could have bought in Woolies or Dixon's or Boots, or, you know, and get every single UK release, so that I can then go through that whole collection and play all the games, good, bad, or but ugly, whether I like them or not. I've got them there. I've got everything that console has to offer. And that was early on, I sort of come around to that idea. I mean, my collection used to be, crikey, 10 years ago, maybe a little bit more, about 10 years ago, I had best part of 5,000 games. I was much more into collecting then. and buying. I mean, it was a different world then. Games were cheap. I could get a PS2, a bag full of games, and 20 quid. Happy days. Now it's a different story, and now I'm much further on my journey in collecting. But I still like that idea on certain systems, not all of them, but certain systems I would love to have every single game that I could have got way back when, and just be able to experience everything that system has to offer. So, but it's nice to see he's come round to that idea, I think. It's where he's sort of building up his Neo Geo collection. I think he's going for the full set now. He's going to be a full setter. So, and that's big boy stuff, because that generally is a lot more expensive than the majority of sort of Mega Drive or Master System or what have you. So yeah, good luck to him on that journey. It's going to be great to follow the games that he gets, because I know nothing about them games. There are certain games on the Neo Geo that were ported to like Mega Drive or Super Famicom, like Samurai Showdowns, and I don't know. I don't really know. King of Fighters, that sort of style of games. That might be one. But yeah, it'd be great to follow the journey anyway. So he sorted me right out, and I've seen on Swap Shop when he's been on, he's been looking to get rid of a certain few bits and bobs, and so I've actually forgotten the biggest box. Hold fire, be a mo. At least I got a chance to get up. Bloody arse is going numb. This was one of the first things that he sort of pulled out, and he was like, what do you reckon of that? I won't discuss prices. All I can say is it was an absolute legend. He proper looked after me and did stuff, proper mates rates. So it's much appreciated, Alex. I really do appreciate it. But as soon as I see this set, I was like, ooh, I do like that. And it's the Smash Brothers big box set, Ultimate. And it's got, there's a bit of a story to this, because was it Saturday or Sunday? The boy, see the steelbook in it. It's got the steelbook, and underneath it's got the controller that you can use on the Switch with the adapter, or you can use it straight in the GameCube. And I think the boy was thinking, oh, I'm gonna have that for my GameCube. But I thought, oh, it's got the steel book, and when I looked it up, it's supposed to just have the normal standard game. So the steel book was actually sealed in there. And I said to the boy, I said, I bet that's got a lovely manual or something in it, or lovely artwork. Bearing in mind it's just a basic, sort of very basic black with bit on it. So I looked it up at first, and I see that it's not worth a great deal. And I thought, where it was sealed, he went, can I open it, Dad? And I was like, ooh. And he went, oh, come on in. And I'm glad he did open it, because it's really cool. I ain't going to get past the glare, but it's really cool to see that it's not just a boring black case with an emblem on the front. It's really nice, the artwork inside. So I'm glad he opened it. But that was really nice to see. So I thought, oh yeah, I love the idea of that, I'll get that. And then now I've got the same problem that Alex had, is what the bloody hell do I do with it? Because I've got a little corner where I've got my Switch games. This ain't even going to fit in the corner. So I'm thinking, what the bloody hell do I do? But it's a really cool set, and I'm really pleased to have it, in all honesty. What I might do is lob that steelbook underneath, tuck it in the box inside, and then put the actual standard game in there as it should be. But he done me an absolute solid with that. He's downsizing all his sort of special editions to go for standard box stuff, and I can see why. Bit of uniformity on the shelf. You don't need all the extra bits and bobs that most of the special editions come with nowadays. They're just sort of nice things to have and take up room. So Now we're looking at the other games that he's got. Pardon me, bit of turbulence. Oh. Before I come up here, I had a protein shake and what did I have? A protein yogurt. 25 grams of protein, but peachy. I'm going to taste peach now. I'm burping a bit of peach up. But anyway, yeah, so Switch games. And I was looking at all this cool artwork. It had loads of Switch games. And Scott was, I'll have a bit of that, and I'll have that one. And then there was his Super Famicom, American SNES consoles. And I'll have that. And I was like, oh, wow. You know, it was a bit beyond my price. I didn't have the money then. And I thought, God, I'd love to have had that. And then I'm thinking, shit me, it's a whole new collection. We don't want to go down that route. And I've been dithering on the Japanese Super Famicom set that I've got. And I've decided now to trim the fat, as it were. Get rid of some of the games that don't... They do appeal to me, but, you know, they're not... I just want a core collection of beat-em-ups, one-on-one fighters and platformers. The rest, maybe a few shooters. You've got to have things like Poppin' Twinbee and Gradius 3. Is it Gradius 3? And Star Fox. Certain things, but otherwise just a select number of games. And then the rest are going to go. So I'm going to have, I think it's about 10 games that I've got to get rid of. Japanese Super Famicom. And I thought I'm just going to keep the console. I need to get my arse in gear, get it sorted up here, and then maybe I can have a sort of a little shelf unit and a bit of a display, with the idea that once every now and again I'll get the system out, plug it in, have a blast. I can't now have that system in the arcade because me monitor screens on the wall, they're only HDMI connection. So maybe I have to get like an OSSC type box. I think it was Daz Cajonas de Loro. He mentioned at one stage that you can upscale these things and make the connections better, and maybe that's the way to get it to connect to those screens. I'll have a go one day, maybe, hopefully. But so yeah, it's got some absolute treats as well. It's great to see. And then I'm I'm picking out these sort of special edition. I ain't got a fucking clue what I'm looking at. I'm just like, oh, that box is really cool. What's that game like? And he's like, it's pretty good. It's all right. Plays pretty well, but I couldn't get on with it. And he's like, fucking, the price he was knocking them out at, do you want them or don't you? Is basically the end result. There's me trying to get a mini review. But this game, again, I've seen it on the swap shop a while back that he had it, and honestly, just knocking them out at the back of his van. It's like they fell off the back of his motor. It's got a nice box and an inlay type thing, and it says it's number 3112 of 4200 released. But the Ruiner, now it's a really bizarre sort of isometric 3D isometric game that's got a real bizarre control. I'm getting used to it, but it's certainly something I'm going to go back to. So I've left the cartridge downstairs, but it's got a manual, nice thick manual, nice artwork. It's a real bizarre sort of style. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to give that a blast, and I did take to it. It's pretty good, must admit. So I am going to keep it, play it, enjoy it. Maybe one day I'll trade it on, but for now, definitely, it's actually quite a cool little game. So it's a nice bit of box art, and it's I'm keeping away from all these. Who is this? Is it limited run games, special reserve games, and all that business? They seem to be sort of mad money, a lot of them sort of things, and this is more. The Switch collection for me is more about getting games I want to play, not just because they're sought after or extra pretty on a shelf. I want to play the bloody games. And then there was another one, and I was like, oh, that artwork's really cool. But what's that like? And he's like, yeah, walk right and fight. It's pretty good. Platform, bit like a Ninja Gaiden type idea. You get across the levels, and the graphics are really good. He said it's really pretty good, but it's one he's just going to move on. He's had his time with it, and I didn't even read what it says on it. And it turns out I've seen this game, and I'm sure it was Tony Wisbit did a bit of a review on this game. I'm sure it was him, because he loves a bit of switcheroony. And I thought, bloody hell, I've got to get that at some point. Now, little did I know, this is actually the game. But I was just looking at the box art, and I thought, oh, wow, that looks really cool. And I bought it simply and solely on the box art alone. And I just see this box art, I thought, oh, yeah, that's a bit of me. That looks naughty, that. Now, what I didn't realise is it's actually called Okinawa Rush. And like I say, I'd seen a sort of a bit of play on it and a bit of a mini review. And at the time, I was like, wow, that's a cool game. Got to have a blast on that. Because I remember seeing the way it sort of jumps and it's quite slippery, the playability. I've had a few goes and I've really liked it, although I'm pretty shit at it, to be fair. But then that's standard with me in games. But I just thought, oh wow, that's actually that game. So when I realised, when the penny dropped, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm well chuffed I got that. So it's got a out of box. It's got the normal Okinawa Rush. Cracking little game. Nice bit of artwork inside. No manual. So it's your standard sort of Ninja Gaiden platformy sort of stuff. Walk along, fight, open up the next level, crack on. But it's really well done. It really is well done. It's sort of older style graphics and that. And it come with this steel book in there. And this steel book is a thing of beauty. So that's the inside. Really cool. And then that artwork on the outside. How beautiful is that? It's got plenty of fingerprints across it. But it's a real beauty. I reckon that's probably one of my favourite steelbooks that I've ever seen. Absolutely beautiful. So I was proper chuffed when I realised what it was, and I'm like, oh yes. So this will sit up here. I've got the game cartridge in the system, and Okinawa Rush, thoroughly recommended. This is a limited edition. It says it's 1577 of 2000 that were made, but you can actually get the different insides of the steelbook. So I don't think I like the idea of that, because that's a bit of a con for tugging at the collector in me, that, oh, I've got to own them all. And that's a bit naughty, isn't it? Should just, one steelbook, one design is enough in a special edition. And this is by Pixel Heart, but awesome game. Really is cool. And then one thing that I got off Alex, and it was a bit of a compromise, because I see Scott getting straight on that Super Famicom, the SNES console that he got, and I was like, oh, I'd love a bit of that. And then I realised he's got this bad boy, the Super Famicom Mini, and I thought, oh yes, that is the way to do it. Because at the time I hadn't got the screens, but I was sorting out the deal, and they were as good as mine, but I hadn't finalised the deal on them. And I just thought, if I go down that route of HDMI only, this is going to be an awesome way to play the great games that interest me. So things like F-Zero, and I mean, you've seen these. This is the American version. But things like Mario Kart, Metroid, Super Mario World, Ghouls and Ghosts, Castlevania, Donkey Kong. The stuff that really appeals to me, Street Fighter. I'm actually going to try Zelda at some point, because I've never really stuck to more than about half hour of the Super Nintendo Zelda. Is it a Link to the Past? I'm not usually one for that sort of game, so I thought I'm going to get that, and I'm going to play through each and every one of these games as much as I can, as much as they keep me hooked. Gradually play through them all, and then once I've done that, maybe then I'll look to set up my Japanese Super Famicom and play through those games. But until then, this is going to keep me more than entertained. It's a cracking little system, and where it's so light and the wires are nice and it's all tucked under the monitor I've got, Velcro to the wall, so it's nice and easy, and it's just quick and easy play. It's a cracking little system. I've got the Mega Drive Mini up there, and I did think what I need to do maybe is get that hacked. I mean, I remember doing one. I think it was a SNES Mini, the standard power SNES Mini. I remember putting loads of games. We had a couple of 100 games on that at one stage. So it might be something, if I can be bothered, to open this up and whack a couple of 100 games on it. All the ones that I really want to play. And just keep hold of this. But certainly those 30 odd games, is it? Is it 30 odd games? 20 odd games? I can't remember now. Looks like 20 odd games. They'll keep me more than entertained for when I'm not playing PS2, no, PS3, 360 or the Switch. I'll get me retro fix with that. So yeah, so we've had a good month games wise, and as I say, the next thing is I've got my big screens, my big monitors for the game room, the mini arcade, and then the next thing is sorting out up here, getting it a bit more presentable. Certainly before the winter comes along, I want to get it all done fairly sharpish, so that I can spend more time up here and just absorb it, drink it all in, as they say. Anyway, right, it's getting late. I need to get my grub on. Need to put these bits away, create less mess, and well done if you've watched this far along with me rambling away. Oh, I talk so much crap, almost losing my voice. Anyway, thank you for watching. Those that do like, subscribe and all that business, I do appreciate it. I'm not doing it for that. I'm just doing YouTube also to chat with everyone and see the comments. Much appreciated, but it's more to just log my journey of what I'm getting at the time, what I'm up to, what I'm doing, just so that it's there if I ever want to be weird and watch myself back and watch what I got way back when. Anyway, right, I'm going to crack on. Have a great rest of the week all, and yeah, speak to you soon. Bye-bye.